Here we go. All right, today's topic is going to be how to not get pissed off. Oh my gosh. Every time I'm out somewhere in public, and when I would have my hair salons and I would hear my clients say, oh, he pisses me off, or oh, she pisses me off. Man, that just pisses me off. I used to say that too. I used to say, you piss me off. Stop pissing me off. I used to say that too. Until I took a course that taught me something I'm going to teach you now. And with God as my witness, I can't even remember the last time I got pissed off. I can't remember. I seriously can't remember. Even our friends in our close circle say, you guys never get mad. You never get mad. Like, I know. And here it is, you guys, and I really want you to write it down. So, this is going to be the last time you're ever going to allow the words, you piss me off, that pisses me off, that pissed me off, right now, today. What's the date? Friday, October 5th at 3:33. Ooh, how's that for a coincidence? At 3:33 was the last time I ever thought the thought, you pissed me off. And here's why. Nothing pisses you off. You allow yourself to let that piss you off. So when somebody does something that normally you would say, you're pissing me off, now you're in control to say, you know what? I'm just not going to let that piss me off. Plain and simple. Never going to say it again. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to allow that to piss me off because you control your emotions. You do. So I want you to learn how to breathe. Breathe. Take a breath and go, all right, here I am at that place that Darla talked about. Here it is. I get to choose. I get to choose. If I'm going to let that piss me off, I'm not going to let that piss me off. And here's another thing I learned during that course. On October 5th of 2018, 3 minutes after you crossed the last bridge of ever getting pissed off, you then became a no big deal type of person. I am a no big deal type of person. I constantly roll in my mind, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's going to be what it is. I'm going to get over it, onto the other side of it. And in order for me to get onto the other side of it, the faster the better. And if I allow my frequency and my vibration to get into the state of uncontrollableness, it's just setting me back in time and it's just bringing me down. You know what I need? I need a timeout. I'm going to go take a timeout and I'll be right back and we'll take this on. I've done that so many times. Our daughter, my husband, and myself, we still do that today. It doesn't happen very often, but something will come up and we breathe and we pause. And inside of us, we say, I'm not going to allow this to get me pissed off. So I'm not going to get pissed off. I'm not going to allow this to become a big deal. So I need some time to think because I don't want to react. I want my energy and my vibration to stay in harmony because I know if I let it slip and I let it get out of control, I don't think clearly. I don't make good decisions. I might not say something or I might say something that I'll live to regret. So I'm going to take a 5-minute timeout and I'm going to go take a walk and I'm going to breathe. And I'm going to tell myself this isn't going to kill me. The faster I deal with it, the sooner I'm behind it and in front of it and on the other side of it or over it and under it and through it. And then I can move forward onto the next step or the next page in life. Didn't always used to be that way, you guys. Growing up as a kid, I had a short temper. When I first met Jim, it upset me that he didn't like to argue. And then I just realized when he taught me that he said it doesn't do any good and it just causes you to say things that you regret. And it just wastes time if you kind of think about it because then you got to like spend all that time regretting and if you don't speak and you fight. And so I just chose years ago to not get upset and not let things upset me. And I just couldn't understand for the life of me. I'm like, but I want to argue. He's like, you can argue. I'll sit here and I'll listen, but I'm not going to let it piss me off, and I'm not going to say anything back to you. You might say something you regret. And I thought about that over a couple days, and I thought, wow, have I got myself an incredible guy? Where did you learn that? And it's been that way ever since. People do not believe we do not fight. When we go to weddings and the pastor's up there doing a speech and says, marriage is hard. Oh, it makes our skin crawl because that's society brainwashing people to make them think that marriage is hard. Marriage isn't hard, you guys. When you learn how to master the art of communication, it's not hard. Because where do arguments come from? Arguments come from us reacting on a situation. So you're going to remember to breathe, and you're going to take ownership today of your own emotions. And never again will I ever see you write a post that says, my kid pissed me off today, or my husband pissed me off, or I got pissed off at this guy when he did this to me. Because no one does anything to you. You allow yourself to react that way to that situation. Everybody's got tolerance levels and trigger points, which is what we're going to cover on another episode. But you control that. And the level of your trigger point and the level of your tolerance tells me the level of your anger, the level of your frustration, and the level of what you can handle. And so when you can learn to be a no big deal type of person, no big deal, it's supposed to happen that way, and I'll figure it out, no big deal, okay, I get it. And don't react, because when you react, you throw your vibration out into the universe and it goes crazy. And all it does is cloud your vision, take up time in your only 24 hours of thinking to be able to make clear decisions, and it clouds your lenses on the way that you're seeing a situation, right? When I see a couple argue, here's something else, you guys. When somebody says something to you that maybe isn't right, maybe wrong, even maybe degrading or demeaning, don't address it in front of another person, especially a child. When you address a child or correct your spouse, does it ever go well when you do it in front of other people? It doesn't go well. It creates, well, you do this, and you do this, and you did this, and well, who do you think you are? And cuss words start coming. I dare you talk to me like that. All of that can be eliminated 100% if you choose to breathe, make a note on your phone about the situation that you want to bring up and address later, and wait until the vibration is in the right space to bring it up. So like, for example, with Bella, if she does something or something didn't go right or she was frustrated, okay, here's an example. After her volleyball games, we do not bring up correctional advice after a game that she's lost, because her energy's off. She lost, right? They just lost a game. We wait until later in the evening or the next day till the harmony in her vibration is back up into a receiving mode, right? When somebody's energy is in a receiving mode, then you say, I'd like to have a conversation with you about a couple things that might lend some advice or some goodness to your next game that we saw last night. Okay, mommy, what was it? Right? Now it's open. When it's a spouse, I'd like to talk to you about something that happened yesterday. And when they're in a loving and a receiving mood, and they're not in that negative state of anger and confrontation, it can be received. And we'll talk about those words and how to address those conversations later as well. So I want you to start taking ownership to what you allow to piss you off. I want you to learn to breathe before you speak and quickly do an assessment. Is this the right time? And is it coming from the right vibration of reception? If that's not in sync, I'm going to take a time out and get myself in check and take ownership to what I'm going to react in and what I'm going to allow myself to get ruffled from, because I'm a no big deal type of person. You don't have to tell people you're a no big deal. You don't have to say to your husband as he's yelling at you, oh, I'm a no big deal type of person. You're obviously a big deal type of person. You don't have to do that. It's all within you. So from now on, you're going to say, I'm not going to allow that to piss me off. And when you can control those things, you can also say, I'm not going to allow that to get me down. I'm not going to allow that to get me down. So here's a perfect example. Let's just say that you heard that somebody said something or did something, and you get all upset about it. Oh, I'm so that person, this, and your energy's all mad, and you're trying to, you just can't even believe that they, blah, 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 you know what I'm talking about. And then you find out 2 days later that it wasn't even that person, it was somebody else. Or that it wasn't them that said that, that person that heard it heard wrong, and it was that. You just wasted 2 days of your energy, and you put your vision clouded, and you took up the space in your only 24 hours to think goodness, to think and stew and ponder in negativity. So choose to not deal with a situation with your emotions until you have all the facts and you know for a fact that that's what the situation is. When you get a phone call and it's, oh my gosh, so-and-so's been in an accident, don't get all, they're laying dead on the side. What if this and what if that? And what if they're dead on the side of the road? Oh my gosh. You know, don't do that. Wait until you find out that they're either in the hospital or they just got a fender bender and they went to lunch with a friend that picked them up later. You know, don't cause your perceptive mind to bring on a false reality that puts you in a state of despair. Put yourself in a positive state. Okay, everything's fine until I know otherwise. Until I hear a fact from somebody who knows otherwise, everything is fine. Isn't that funny? Some people automatically think the worst. Yet some people who learn how to control this think the best until they find out that it's something otherwise. Where most people think the worst just in case. Just in case. Or they get upset just in case. They worry just in case. They get mad just in case. So don't be a just in caser. Just in caser. That's really funny. I wonder if anyone's ever named their kid that. Anyway, so I have some notes going here. You're never going to get pissed off again because you're in control of your emotions and you're not going to allow situations to piss you off. I'm not going to allow that to piss me off. I'm just not. I'm a no big deal type of person. It's no big deal. That stuff happens every day in life. And I'll get on the other side of it, and it's okay. I'll get past it. It's okay. It's not going to kill me. I'm not going to allow that to suck me down. I choose that. And I love how Elaine Williams wrote on her thing that she even sent it to me, and Senda, you caught it on your note on her thing, and I think, Victoria, you did too. But she sent me a message saying, you know what I loved about your first lesson is that I learned that I can't help other people when my mind is not in above the line space. I can't help other people, because her desire and dream is to help people. And you're right. If your brain and your mind and your energy level is not here, you can't help other people if you're down here. And so I am excited to talk to you guys in a year and 2 years from now and hear that you have not been pissed off in over a year or almost 2 years, because that's exactly what can happen. You might slip a couple times and go, oh, but I've noticed I'm catching myself sooner. I did not get upset with my kid today. You know, people don't believe that we don't fight. We have a teenager that just doesn't fight because we don't allow ourselves to get pissed off, which then doesn't in return piss her off. And we know how to raise her vibration by doing tickle. Somebody needs their vibration adjusted. We need a tick. What do we call it? An attitude adjustment. We say, someone needs an attitude adjustment, and we go like this, and it automatically raises her vibration because she knows if she doesn't start laughing, she's going to get tickled. And so do those little things. Find those little ways to bring other people's vibrations up by making them smile and create little silly things that you do. But most of all, when you control you, what you're going to notice through all this type of training is that you must change you for someone else to change. And you're going to learn that in a future thing too, through words and verbiage. Okay, perceptive mind, become a no big deal type of person, and you will no longer get knocked down as easily. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see the notes that you guys put on this, on what you've learned. And then I also can't wait to ask you after a day or two if you put it into practice. And I want to hear that you caught yourself and didn't get pissed off at a situation that normally pisses you off, and that you had a brighter day, and that you found yourself in more peace and harmony because you became a no big deal type of person on October 5th. All right, you guys, I'll see you later for another lesson. Bye.